Okay, where is Notion? 20 days, 20 documentations, 20 uploads, and I've learned a ton. That's all I'm gonna say. I currently don't have a song because it's been kind of a trend, starting this vlog with a song. The current on loop songs are Tur Kalya and of course it's Tur Kalya and Kitni Hasi Hogi. Kitni Hasi Hogi. Added information. Woke up at 5:30. Good. We got back on track yesterday, and today we continued being on track. It'll be interesting though how the weekend pans out, and we'll see. Took Snowy for a walk, which is also amazing because the rains, you avoid taking him down, but it wasn't raining today, so I took him for a walk. Something very weird happened with the oatmeal. I made it like always, and the bowl was sitting on my table. This one. Suddenly, I saw an ant moving in it. I thought it must be one. So I picked out a section with the spoon and put that spoon away, but there was one more dead, and I was like, okay, this meal is dead, so I had to just throw it away completely. Now I need to work on monthly expense tracker. This is something I was thinking about doing so that over time, like let's say a year from now, I can evaluate how my expenses versus how my income is tallying, so I can get like a rough estimate of whether I'm living above my means or I'm living below my means. As a matter of fact, I know that I'm not overspending in the farthest comprehension of the word, but anything you track is just very sophisticated, and because I have this tracker like complete system now, so makes sense to do it. I did a little bit, but I did not get to the point where I would like it to be. So cubicles, I think this is an important part to document here because I feel like I've hit a stagnation with the course. This vlog is a lot of things for me, but primarily it's a way to track my progress as I go through the Cubic Worlds course. And for anyone who's going through such a huge course like Cubic Worlds, because it offers so many things, there are so many videos to watch, so much to take in, so much to learn, and so much to make. I feel like raw documentation of this process is very valuable for anyone, and I could probably make like a combined video of all these videos and put on the main channel where how I completed the Cubic Worlds course over a span of, I don't know, 3 months or how many ever months it takes. So right now my graph is at that stagnation where I have decided to not follow verbatim whatever is happening in the course and do my own thing, and that is probably a reason why I'm kind of lost, because as long as you're just following whatever is being done in the video, you're good. But the moment you have to do things yourself, you are basically in an open ocean. You don't know where the port is, you don't know where you started from or where you want to get to, so it's just kind of very dreamy almost. That's where I am currently, and it's just a phase. It'll go away. Like there'll be points where I'll be breezing through the course and learning amazing things every day and applying it into my personal projects and all sorts of nice stuff. But right now I'm at the bottom of that graph almost, where today the only thing that I have to document is if you want to delete a collection, if you just select a collection in the outliner, press X, it's gonna delete the collection and take all of the contents of the collection and throw it into the root of the outliner. If you want to delete the collection and the items in the collection, you right click on it and say delete hierarchy, and I put a shortcut for it, Shift X inside Blender. That's all I have for today's Cubic World session. And then after that in the morning, I just got drifted away into watching a ton of DaVinci keyboard editor tutorials. So I saw these. So Blackmagic gives you a keyboard where it has this jog thing and a wheel. You can use that to edit inside DaVinci, and that was very fascinating to me. But what I wanted is a setup like that which does not only work in DaVinci, but I can apply across all things. So inside Blender, inside Premiere, inside After Effects, I want to be able to use something like sophisticated like that and have like buttons on my disposal and map them using auto hotkey for certain things that I want to do. So that is like a very interesting field in itself that I'm enthusiastic and excited about, and we'll see how it goes. Today was again primarily a full-time job day. So Monday to Friday is as long as I'm not taking a leave, primarily a full-time job day because that is a commitment I have done. Also, of course, dad's work is also commitment, but that's mostly the weekend commitment. If I'm not following through on the weekend, that is when I hold myself accountable for it. But during the week, I don't usually hold myself accountable for dad's work because that is just too much for one person to do in like the week itself. Weekend is starting tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. I'll get probably a good chunk of dad's work done as well. We're pretty much on point. Like it's not that we're lagging or anything, so things are fine there. And full-time job way, I did the Chairi edits. The last two edits that were left were Tapri edits. There was some feedback on it. I tried addressing it, but there's one more feedback on it, so I stopped addressing it because it's like too much happening. And then the whole day was spent in there's this new brand on on board and whom from the team should go into that brand, and I initially decided to put Rishikesh there, but the team is not very comfortable or there are issues or whatever, so I suggested we can have Prathamesh there, and there was this whole discussion of taking another brand off Prathamesh's plate and putting it on Rishikesh's plate and stuff like those. And like just before recording this, I made an edit for that brand itself. It's like a fun sort of reel. That reminds me, I need a script for the opacity thing, like a checkbox, and then if you click that checkbox, opacity is 100, otherwise it's 0. It's a very simple thing, like, but there should be a script like readily available for me to use instead of having to apply checkbox control and then if else statement in the opacity. I shouldn't be having to do that every single time. We'll do that. We hit 7 minutes. I don't really have anything more to say here. Yeah, of course there was the shop floor call which lasted for I think anywhere between 40 minutes to an hour, and I think we're pretty much done with the storyboarding, and I'm really kind of excited for the animation of this video, because of course it's taken almost 2 months to get to animating it. And I was thinking like we could probably do a thing where I first make a 2D frame by frame motion of the whole thing, because I haven't done that ever. I would just straight up jump into animating the slates, but before that, just for me to convey what I have in my mind, and even for me to understand, like right before I get into animating anything inside After Effects, if I could do using Grease Pencil and Blender, which will be an opportunity to learn that as well. If I could draw an animatic of what I have in my mind and how the things will flow, and I could give that, so then that will be like a good thing, because they will know what to expect sort of before I go into detailing and do things inside After Effects. Doing things straight inside After Effects is also fine. In fact, in this case, it'll be a lot easier. I want to avoid doing that because that's not the very professional way of doing it. Every professional animator or motion designer will first have a rough animatic or a sketch or a frame by frame animation of what the final product will look like, and then they go about doing it. So I want to try and implement that into my workflow this time around. So that was the week. Thank you for being in the Khud. Thank you for being with me another week. And yes, we're still continuing editing this video inside Premiere Pro, but very soon, and I'll be happy to share whenever that happens. We will be switching from Premiere to DaVinci. I also at some point want to make that decision of whether or not I want to switch, because of course as a base, as a backup, I'm very comfortable inside Premiere and I can get things done inside Premiere. It just depends on how many things I find out about DaVinci which are actually causing the workflow to be delayed instead of helping it out. So if that's a lot, then of course we can always get back to Premiere, and like we stay with Premiere. But I really hope that doesn't happen and DaVinci does come into the picture. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.